Hi, my name is Selena Maison-Pierre, and I have 3 yoga poses that I always put in a little sequence for traveling. So whether you've been on a plane, a train, a boat, a long car ride, this is gonna help you sort of like ground yourself in your new place, whether that's on vacation or back home, and also just feel a little bit more centered and in your body. So you don't even need a yoga mat, you just need a place to practice, and let's get started. Our first posture is gonna be laying on your back because it feels so good to lay vertical after a long day traveling. So you're gonna go ahead and come to lay down, all the way down. Go ahead, bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Just place your hands somewhere on the body. Close the eyes if they're not already, and you can just listen to my cues. And just feel the spine kind of like lengthen on the ground. Notice what it feels like to lay on a hard surface, what it feels like to lay horizontal? Yeah, horizontal. And then go ahead and rock your head a little side to side. I think I said vertically before, but horizontal is what it feels good. So rock your head side to side, just releasing any tension through the neck. Maybe even open and close the jaw, make really weird, crazy faces in the muscles of the face. No one's looking. Just stretch and reach and stick your tongue out. Flutter the lips maybe. Let's take a full breath in through the nose. And exhale. Let it go. So our first real pose will be, we're gonna reach the right leg up to the ceiling. You'll interlace your palms behind the back of the right thigh and just kind of support the leg. If you wanna lengthen the left leg long on the mat, you absolutely are welcome, the mat or the floor. And from here, holding that right leg, we're just gonna point the right toes and then flex the toes, pulling the toes towards your nose, and push the toes away from you, point and flex. And you'll do that for a couple of rounds, just starting to open up through the ankle. And then we're gonna take some circles through the ankle. And you might be able to spread the toes, you might not, it doesn't really matter, but you are just trying to get a really perfect circle on the ceiling. And as you can see, my leg's not moving, it's just the ankle. Go ahead and switch directions, stir the other way. Ooh, it's building a little bit of heat. Especially if you were sitting for a long time, we're flipping our circulation upside down. And then you can give that leg like a little shake, shake, shake. Wiggle it out, let it go, step the right foot down. We'll take it on the left side. So left leg will reach up, interlace the palms behind the back of the thigh so you really support the leg. Maybe you lengthen the right leg long on the floor if you did that on the other side. And then we're just pointing the left toes and flexing and point and flex. Just try to move through the ankle. You'll take some circles. I like the sort of imaginative visualization of a paintbrush on the tip of that left toe, just drawing a perfect circle on the ceiling so that you really get into all areas of the ankle joint. And you can, wiggle the toes, flex the toes, spread the toes, whatever feels good or interesting to you. And then we'll just give that left leg like a little shake, shake, shake. You can even like slap it out, just move some energy around. And then we'll bend the knees. Hug both of the knees into the chest and rock the body a little side to side. This feels so good if you've been on an airplane or in a car to just lay down and hug the knees in. Again, keep your head heavy, keep the tailbone long. Let's take a full breath here. And an exhale. You'll roll over to one side. It doesn't matter which. I'm gonna go over to the left. So you come into more of like a fetal position and then just gently press yourself up. Moving on, so our second pose is going to be a forward fold. You have 2 options. One is to do it on the ground, where you extend your legs long and you fold over the legs from here. Notice how my feet are flexed up to the ceiling. I'm going to take it in a standing forward fold because I think that feels so nice to just really flip upside down after traveling and on the move. So you can start here like me, straighten the legs, drop the head. And when you drop the head, really drop the head, like the brain could get so heavy in the cavity of the skull. Take your feet nice and wide. If you're on a yoga mat, you can use the edges of the mat as reference, but really just take the feet as wide as it feels good. Bend the knees a lot so that the belly softens down, so that maybe even the belly finds the thighs. The point being here, just everything is really relaxed and soft. Hands can be on the ground, maybe on fingertips. If the floor feels really far away from you, just bend the knees more. Shake your head yes and no. Maybe find a natural swaying side to side. Open and close the jaw. And this sort of flip of circulation, so the blood is going to rush towards your brain, which might feel really good, and the muscles in the face. Shifting side to side, letting it feel flowy. There's no real rules in yoga. Just let it be your own practice. Listen to your body. Let it feel good. What are you craving to do right now? Maybe your hands come to the shins. You breathe in, fill up. And then a nice big dramatic sigh out the mouth as you fold down. Let's do that one more time. Hands to the shins. Breathe in. Exhale and fold. You can hold that forward fold for as long as feels good. Let it be like luxurious. Stay there as long as you like. And then we'll move on to our third pose. So our third pose is going to be a standing posture. Let's start with the feet. Look down at the feet. Find them about hips distance apart. So straight down from the hips. A fun measure is if you spin one foot in, the toes will tickle the inside of the other foot. It's a fun measure of your unique hips distance apart. But so here we are, both feet pointing forward. You're in what we call Tadasana, mountain pose. Arms just relax. And I just want you to bend the knees and find a little bounce. Just really like root down. I find sometimes when you're traveling and you're just constantly on the move, it feels really good to just kind of ground into where you've landed. So land here in your body. Let's tip our weight a little forward, a little back, a little left, a little right. And then we'll find center. You can go ahead and close your eyes if you'd like. Feel the feet rooting down. Feel the lift of the crown of the head. Take a full breath in. Exhale. There's this embodiment of this idea, I'm here. Heel toe the feet to come together to touch. We're going to narrow our standing base. Bring your hands onto the hips. We're going to play with a tree pose. And I just want to preface that when you've been traveling, especially if you've been on a boat or a plane, your balance might be a little off. I see this in my students a lot, and I feel it in my own body. So rather than take the next few moments as a critical judgment of whether you have good balance, think of this experience more of like a recalibration. It's like finding your balance after being a little off balance. So let's start here with our feet together. Just kind of lift up onto the right toes. Weight will shift into the left leg. And you're going to open the right knee to the right. So maybe if you're feeling a little wobbly, this is where you stay. If you want to add on, maybe you float the left foot up to the inside of that the right foot to the inside of the left leg. If you want to go a little farther, you'll pull the right foot all the way up. Notice how I'm above or below the left kneecap. We're never on the kneecap. So wherever your journey is today, maybe your hands come to a prayer. Good. If you're feeling really stable and balanced, maybe the arms reach up and out and you get this beautiful sort of opening through the chest. Maybe you smile, lifting the corners of the mouth. Again, this idea of like, I'm here. Woo. But we're just staying with the breath. So wherever you're working, again, think of this as a recalibration. How is my balance today? My balance just fell. You just come back into it. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Trying to bring some lightness into the experience. Wherever your right foot is, let's bring your hands back down to the hips. Bring that right knee back through center. Step it down. You can give it a little shake out, a little switching, sort of like rocking side to side. We're going to switch sides. So start with the feet together. Hands on the hips, which I just find a nice way to kind of find your center. Shift your weight into the right leg. We're going to pop up onto the left foot. Notice how my hip didn't go out. We're just still staying centered, but we're lifting up onto the left toes. Then you'll butterfly that knee open. Maybe this is where you stay. Maybe you float the left foot up a little bit. Maybe if it feels available, you bring that left foot all the way up to the inside of the right thigh. Again, above or below the kneecap. From there, we stay lifted. We bring the hands to a prayer shape, which is a nice sort of centering mudra, which is whenever we make a shape with our hands. Maybe you take your arms up and out. And if you've got that, you spin the palms in so the pinkies lift up and you grow so much taller. So we're recalibrating the balance, but we're also, rooting down into that standing leg to rise up fully into our potential, into the experience of wherever our travels have taken us today. And we'll take 3 breaths. Just let it feel good. Like let yourself grow and expand and breathe. We'll bring the hands back down to a prayer shape, just recentering. Bring that left knee back forward, step it down, shake it out, rock it a little bit side to side. Maybe like wiggle and move, maybe jump up and down. Just let it feel good. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome home, or have a wonderful trip wherever you are, and hope to see you soon.